Fresh catches, red bricks, winding streets. Hakodate has it all. From the market to Motomachi, this port city is full of surprises. Welcome to Hakodate. Good morning and welcome to Hakodate. You can really smell the seafood right from here.
Yes, we're going to another seafood market. But what's interesting about this one is they have squid, live squid you can catch, and then they will cut up and you can eat raw, which Leah is going to really like.
She is not going to do that.
Because I will not be partaking in that.
We'll go watch, but then we'll probably walk to the, we're told the Motomachi district is really interesting because there is a lot of different influences like Russian and British consulates and things like that. It's supposed to be really interesting to see. So we'll probably take a walk over there. And then we thus far have been running into all sorts of interesting things along the way. So we'll share when we get back. And
hopefully the weather will be better than it was last couple of days. Yeah, it's turned out pretty nice in the morning, sunny, and then by the time that
crappy and rainy.
It starts by the time mid-afternoon or not even early afternoon sets in, it's rainy and cold. So hopefully it'll be better today.
Right now it's 50, which we're still going to bundle up because that wind off the water goes right to your bones. So, all right, let's go have a good day.
Here we go. Hakodate sits on the southern tip of Hokkaido, facing the Tsugaru Straits. The city spreads between the bay and Mount Hakodate, with the sea on one side and the hill on the other. Here's the cruise terminal in Hakodate. Where are we?
Yeah, Hakodate, and we are right in the center of town. We're going to walk to the morning market first, which they said is a 3-minute walk.
3-minute walk that way to the left.
To the left. They have really helpful signs all along the way, so you can see the morning market is up here and to the left. Hakodate's morning market began in 1945 when farmers set up stalls outside the station. Today, it's one of Hokkaido's busiest food hubs with more than 250 shops, and it was very busy with the cruise ship there. And while crab is a star, it's the squid that makes Hakodate famous. Swimming live in tanks, darting and flashing before being prepared instantly as sashimi. It doesn't get any fresher than this. It's supposed to be.
Lots of melon here. 300, 200 cheaper than Alaska. There are lots of different stands outside, but this is the main market square that is all
kind of keep weaving your way inside. Yeah.
So we're gonna head on in.
Interesting kind of Pringles.
Square Pringles. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. You know what?
More giant apples.
They have probably the most beautiful grapes I've ever seen.
Look how big these apples are.
Individually wrapped, they're beautiful. Very beautiful. Lettuce and cabbage and stuff, it's beautiful. Huge.
Here's the pole so you can try and catch your live squid in this tank right here. So there is a food court here at the market where you can sit down and eat. From the morning market, it's just a 10-minute walk along the bay to Hakodate's red brick warehouse. Built in the early 1900s, these warehouses once stored goods during Hakodate's busy trading area. Today, they've been restored into a lively waterfront district where we even found some wonderful souvenirs for our grandkids.
Inside Hakodate's red brick warehouses, I was really surprised by how much care goes into the handmade arts and crafts. From tea sets to ceramics, there's a real pride in things made in Japan, but it's not all serious. Tucked between the galleries are little toy shops where we even found chopsticks for our grandkids.
Yeah, let's hope the grandsons don't stab each other with them.
Once we stepped out of the warehouses, the waterfront opened up in front of us. Fishing boats were lined along the bay, nets and gear stacked everywhere. You could tell this is still a working port.
So we decided to stop at a Starbucks. There's a small coffee. They have one called short, as opposed to a tall. And then sit down by the fireplace and relax.
Japan.
Go ahead and tell me about the chair.
I'm in heaven in Japan because everybody's short and all of the furniture is really low. So I can let my feet touch. I don't have to. But poor Doug is banging his head everywhere that we go.
Knees are up.
We always find other interesting things along the way. We saw a sign on this co-op. If you go upstairs, it's the Japanese version of a dollar store. We are on our way to Motomachi, which is supposed to be this really cool area with lots of neat architecture. Bit of a hill, bit of a climb. Motomachi is Hakodate's hillside district where Western influences left a lasting mark. Among its historic buildings stands the Roman Catholic Church, rebuilt in 1923 after the Great Fire. Even from the outside, it feels special. Inside is an altar and statues sent directly from the Pope in Rome, a rare gift that connects this little port city to the Vatican. They also call this area Hakodate's Church District because these three historic churches stand side by side. This one is the Episcopal Church, founded in 1878. Multiple rebuilds, but the latest in 1979 due to fires and other calamities. And this third church is the Russian Orthodox Church, which is the first Orthodox church in Japan. With its white walls and green onion domes, it looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. Now, Motomachi's charm comes with a catch. Stairs and lots of them. If you're counting steps, Hakodate will help you hit your goal before lunch. Just keep in mind it can be tough if mobility is an issue for you.
After all those stairs, even the cat looks impressed that we made it this far. And from up top the hill, we do have a nice view of the ship and the harbor.
We started our walk back to the ship and we saw this really interesting roofline, and it was the Higashi Honganji Temple, a Buddhist temple. It was under construction though, so we didn't get a chance to pop in. It's impressive though. It was Japan's first reinforced concrete temple, rebuilt in 1915 after, you guessed it, another Great Fire. Its massive black roof tiles and cultural status make it one of the district's most important landmarks. Maybe it will be open when you're there. So Hakodate is known for its fresh squid. They're very proud of it, as we've shown you in the market. And you have to do the tourist thing here. There we go. And that was Hakodate. So we obviously did it on our own. If you cannot climb steep hills or stairs, you could stick with the red brick warehouse and the morning market and be just fine, in my opinion. We walked about 3 miles in total for today.
And we will put the Holland America map and the points of interest in the description below.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to put a QR code on the screen that if you're sitting on your couch and you want to subscribe to find more content like this, it's available there.
And we've got just 2 more ports to do, and that will wrap up our Japan port series. If you have never cruised Holland America before, here is a tips and tricks video that you may find very helpful before you book. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching.